Rehashing ideas with no new takes. Give us new stuff for keen new sake. Entertaining stuff you need to make. That old Yorkshire Geek with stories to unfold. Keep your eyes wide open and your soul won't grow cold. In the realm of the strange and the fantastical, lost in the dark, but it's the light so magical.
Hey up, it's Steve from the old Yorkshire Geek. Welcome to the latest episode of my top 5 movies from each year since I was born, or whatever it's called. This year, we're up to 2004. So I'll be doing my top 5 films from that year, my personal top 5 films, and a bunch of honourable mentions. I think this year might have the most honourable mentions so far. But anyway, before we get going, don't forget to like and subscribe, share the videos. Where are we? Over there. Share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell, wherever that is. If you subscribed already, explore the description for links for stuff like merch and me books. Come here, you things. There they are. Mercury Rapids, light-hearted sci-fi action adventure about UFOs and stuff like that. Silent Predator. Where are we? Silent Predator, short horror novella about genetically engineered big cats eating people in the North Yorkshire village. They're all a bit of fun on Amazon Kindle and paperback. What else? Links in the description. And there's also links for my social medias, my Spotify, and my Patreon page, where you can get exclusive stuff over there. What else? My other websites and my other channels, and become a member and you get early access videos and exclusive videos and what they call them, emojis and stuff like that in the chat. And Winger says, every single movie of the year. Maybe so. there are a lot. There are a lot. Maybe I just happened to see a lot of films in 2004. But anyway, we'll get on with it, shall we? We'll just begin. This list, it is just a list. It's not a countdown or anything like that. And they're not in any order. So the first one isn't number 5 and the last one isn't number 1. You know, it's there isn't a random order. But anyway, any of them could be number 1, any of them could be number 5, and in the honourable mentions, they're not in any order either. Right. So we'll get on with it, shall we? There we go. Number 1. There's not number 1. The first one in my list is Shaun of the Dead. To be honest, this is probably my favourite film of the year because it is one of the best horror comedies of all time. Shaun of the Dead. From Edgar Wright, director, and what's his face? I forgot his bloody name now. Simon Pegg and Nick Frost as well. One of their first of their many films. I wasn't thinking of that. What were I thinking of? Whatever. I'm blanking because I'm an idiot. But anyway, it's amazing. It's a romantic comedy with zombies, a rom-com, whatever you want to call it. And it's amazing. It is an amazing film and really, really good. It's kind of a spin-off from Spaced. That's the word. Thank you, Wingrace. Collaboration. My brain just turns to mush. It genuinely does. I'm watching other people's streams, and the words come to me. You know, when other people are fumbling over their words, which does happen. You know, it's not just me. I'm like Wingrace, and I'm typing in what word it is. But once you turn that camera on, my brain turns to mush. Even more mushier than normal. Forgot what I want now. Yes, it's kind of a spin-off of Spaced, which was a series from the late 90s, which itself were really, really good. It only ran for 2 seasons, whatever you want to call it. And that starred Simon Pegg and Nick Frost and was directed by Edgar Wright. And that really good. I've got it on DVD. It's really, really good. It's Spaced. If you haven't seen it, seek it out and watch it, because there's one episode in particular where Simon Pegg's character is playing Resident Evil, and he's been playing it that long, he starts having like hallucinations of zombies, and I'm guessing that episode gave him the idea for Shaun of the Dead. So there we go. So right, so that's the first one, Shaun of the Dead. What's next? You know, I genuinely can't remember what I've picked. It's that long since I did this list. I think the last time I did one of these was like, I don't know, beginning of the year sometime. Or was it last year? I don't know. But anyway, so it's been a while. Next up, Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow. This could be, I don't know. As I said, I love this film. It's one of my favourite films of all time, is Sky Captain. And I once recommended it to somebody on the internet in a forum. Remember forums? I was recommended it to a lady in the forum. I forget her name. I apologise. Not that she's watching, but and saying it one of the best films I've ever seen. And she came back. She'd been to see it. She thought it were a load of garbage. I love it. I think it's brilliant. Wingrace says, I know you call your season series, but what do you call the complete thing, if not series? Or are they both series? Yes, they're both series. It's a series of 7 series. I know, Americans make more sense. I know. I think, and now over in the UK, we're starting to call things by seasons, aren't we? It's less confusing, I admit. But anyway, I forgot what I was saying. Sky Captain. I said directed by I forgot his bloody name now. Does it say down there? Kerry Conran. I've actually got I don't know why I'm looking on the poster. I've got the information here on Wikipedia. Not that I can say it. Directed by Kerry Conran, written by him as well. I think it was the first film, possibly, or the first big film to be filmed almost entirely on blue screens or green screens or whatever, with digitally composited backgrounds and special effects and all that stuff. It had a budget of $70 million. It didn't do well at the box office, unfortunately. So like there was supposed to be like, I don't know if sequels, but I think it was supposed to go on with Kerry Conran and direct essentially John Carter, Princess of Mars, and it never happened, unfortunately. And don't think Kerry Conran's done pretty much anything since. But this film proved that you could do films without, a studio essentially, and so that's where films like Sin City and all them came along afterwards. But it is really, really good. It's like a good old-fashioned action adventure with giant robots and ray guns, and I love Sky Captain, even if it does star Jude Law. But never mind. And lots of nods in it to other films like Star Wars and stuff like that, and Rocket Man, King of the Rocket Men, and stuff like that. The old serials. It is amazing. I love it, and I want to watch it now, but I'm not going to. Well, I'm going to say something else. This may be the first film that added a dead actor as a character using, CG and all that stuff. They had Sir Laurence Olivier, who essentially played the baddie that we see him at the end. Obviously, he'd been long gone, but they got permission from his estate to use his likeness. So there we go. Long before Tarkin in Rogue One. Right, next up. So that's Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow. I wish they'd done more. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban is next. My favourite of the Harry Potter films. I really like this one. Directed by, what's-his-face, Alfonso Cuarón. And this is, I suppose, the first one where they're starting to grow up. The first 2 films, it was the third of the Harry Potter films. The first 2 films, you could see there were kids in them, they were like 10, 11 years old. And now in this one, they seem to they all have had a bit of a growth spurt. So they're all a bit old. They all look like 15 or whatever. But it's only supposed to be a year later, I think. But it's when they're starting to get older and look older and act older as well. It is a really, really good film. As I said, directed by Alfonso Cuarón. Stars the usual gang: Daniel Radcliffe. I can't say it. Daniel Radcliffe. There is Rupert Grint and Emma Watson, all the usual people. Actually, and this will introduced us to Michael Gambon as Dumbledore, because sadly Richard thingamabob. Oh, what's his bloody name now? The fellow that played Dumbledore before, Richard. It'll come to me. Wingrace is typing it in now. He passed away. Super famous actor. Anyway, never mind. Richard Harris. Yes, there we go. I knew it typing it. Richard Harris. Not Richard Hatch, although they have both passed away now, haven't they? Unfortunately. But yes, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Really, really good. It's the closest, I suppose, Harry Potter comes to being a horror film because you've got a werewolf in it and all the shapeshifters and stuff. And it is really, really good. I really like it. It's got time travel as well. So it's kind of sci-fi as well. Really, really, the Dementors are terrifying. How the hell did Hogwarts pass the Ofsted inspections? Ofsted is a British governmental department that oversees education. Anyway, educational standards and stuff like that. How the heck did they pass it? I'm guessing they didn't because they're magical. Right, what's next? What are these? Is this the third one? This is so 2 more to go. Next up, Spider-Man 2. Arguably the best of Sam Raimi's. No, it's not arguably. It is the best of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy. Some say the best. Whatchamacallit? Superhero film ever made. It could be argued. Oh, pardon me. They erase their memory. I forgot what I said. My memory's just been erased because I can't remember what I said about memories being erased. Oh dear. I'm an idiot. I bloody am. Anyway, where were we? Yeah, so the usual gang are back. This is the second of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy. Kirsten Dunst and Thingamabob. What am I like today? Tobey Maguire and James Franco. And we get Alfred Molina. Or is it Molina? I never know how to pronounce it. I've always pronounced it Molina. Alfred Molina as Dr. Octavio. I forgot his bloody name now. Doc Ock. Dr. Octopus. Otto Octavius. That's the fella. With his robot limbs. And it's a bit horrific in parts, is this film as well. But really, really good. Really, really good. Yeah, that's all I can say about it. It's really good. The train scene is worth it by itself. The Hogwarts how they passed the inspection. Don't know what's the matter with me tonight. They erased their memory of the inspectors. Right, fair enough. Just start making up names and saying them with confidence. That's one thing I lack is confidence. It genuinely is. Anyway. So Spider-Man 2, great film. As I said, the train scene alone is worth admittance. It's really good, and it kind of gets you in the feels when the people of New York stand up for him. But anyway, never mind. Right, and finally, my last one in my top 5. I should have done the honourable mentions first. I think I did it that way around before, didn't I? I did the honourable mentions first, and then the top 5. I should keep you guessing, shouldn't I? It's too late now, isn't it? I'm an idiot. The Incredibles from Pixar. Perhaps Pixar's best film. Some say this could be the best superhero film ever made. It's up there, isn't it? It's a really good film from Brad Bird. Top-notch stuff. The sequel, not so much, even though I did go to the cinema to see it. Starring Reginald Blunderflute and Katie Yardarm. Yes. Is that what this one is? Oh dear. And Miles Allegory. Right, so where are we? Yes, directed by Brad Bird, stars Craig T. Nelson, Holly Hunter, with an annoying voice, but never mind. Which she never grew out of. He's always had an annoying voice. But anyway, everybody. I like Holly Hunter. I liked her in all ways, Holly Hunter. She was good in all ways. Which is the second time I've thought of that film in the same day. Anyway. Samuel L. Jackson as well is in this, and Jason Lee. Michael Giacchino did the music for this, and it is a great film about a family of superheroes going up against a baddie. There he is, called Syndrome, played by blanking again. Super famous actor is in the new Harry Potter, I think. I think he is anyway. Hang on, I'm going to check now. Where are you? Come on, Syndrome, where are you? Oh no, I think it's Jason Lee as Syndrome. I thought it was somebody else as Syndrome. Jason Lee as Syndrome. I thought it was. Can't remember his name. Never mind. You'll never know what we're thinking of. Yes, I already said Jason Lee. I thought it was somebody else. I don't know why. Maybe because he looks a bit like who we're thinking of. But I'm not going to tell you. So there we go. Anyway, Brad Bird also voiced her that designs their costumes. Right, so there we go. So that's my top 5. We'll go back. So we had the Incredibles, and then we had Spider-Man 2, and then Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, the Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow, and Shaun of the Dead, which I think is the best in my opinion. Shaun of the Dead is a infinitely rewatchable film. It is really good. John Lithgow. That's what I was thinking of. For some reason, I thought John Lithgow did Syndrome's voice. I don't know why. But I did. Anywho, right. So let's get ready for the honourable mentions, shall we? Just let me sort them out. Where are they? Here we go. Oh, we are, did. Right. I'm thinking of Shrek. Did John Lithgow? Oh, yes, he did the baddie in Shrek, didn't he, John Lithgow? Did he? Lord Farquhar. Was that John Lithgow? I could be thinking of that. Probably am. I'll blame it on Shrek. Anyway, in the honourable mentions, the first of, I don't know, I think 32. We've got loads to get through here. Troy from Wolfgang Peterson. Actually, I can close some tabs now. There we go, close some tabs. Troy from Wolfgang Peterson. One of my favourite, I suppose you could call it historical epics, even though it's based on legend. But Troy were a real place, but this is a legendary story, which is kind of getting remade, isn't it? With the Odyssey, which is coming out this year. Is it? Is it this year? I think it is, isn't it? From Christopher Nolan. But in my opinion, I think Troy will be better because I really like Troy with Brad Pitt and Orlando Bloom and Eric Bana. Brad Pitt plays Odysseus. Is it? I think he does. Anyway, Eric Bana plays Paris. No, he don't. He plays Hector, and Orlando Bloom plays Paris. And her, I can't remember her name, but who plays Helen of Troy, but she's dead fit, and But she was a Spartan, and we learned that the Spartans were a beautiful race, didn't we? Back when we did 300. But anyway, so yes, Troy's a great film with some great effects in it and great battle scenes and all that stuff. I love it. I love Troy and the horse and everything. It's great stuff. Really, really like it. Does it have a name down here? Oh, it's also got Brian Cox in it and Sean Bean and Brendan Gleeson. Brian Cox plays. I got to think. Remember the bloody names now. I know the name. Brian Cox's character name is the same as John Sheridan's ship in Babylon 5. And I'm blanking. I'm bloody hopeless. Anyway, never mind. I think Sean Bean plays Odysseus, doesn't he? Who does Achilles? Achilles plays Achilles, doesn't he? Yes, Agamemnon. Thank you, Wingrace. Brad Pitt plays Achilles, not Odysseus. Sean Bean plays Odysseus. Brendan Gleeson plays Brian Cox's brother, Agamemnon's brother. Again, whose name I can't remember. He's the king of the Spartans. But yes, thank you, Agamemnon. And Helen is Diane Kruger. Music by James Horner. And it is really, really good. So moving on. Next up, Hellboy, Ron Perlman, John Hurt, and some other people in Hellboy from Guillermo del Toro. Is it the best of the Hellboy films? Or is the second one the best? I don't know. I flip-flop. Sometimes I really like the first one the most. Sometimes I like the Golden Army the most. It all depends. There's been two others as well, directed by other people. There was another Hellboy, wasn't there? which were directed by Neil Marshall, which I thought wasn't bad. I thought it were okay. Obviously not as good as these, the first two. And then there's been another one, hasn't there, which I don't think I've seen, which people have said were rubbish. But anyway. Hellboy, great stuff. A good, cool mixture of CGI and practical monsters. I think the Samael monsters sometimes look a bit too much like a man in a suit. But that's it, yeah, the Crooked Man. Yes, I haven't seen that one either. I've heard it's not very good. Which probably means it's amazing. But anyway, I didn't like her in it either. I can't remember her name. Let's have a look at the poster. Selma Blair. Didn't like Selma Blair. I don't know if I've seen her in anything else. Maybe I have, but I thought her in this one and in the second one as well. I thought she was a proper atmosphere hoover. She had no screen presence, no charisma. I thought, what the hell does he see in her? I don't know. I thought she was rubbish. They'd have got somebody else to play whatever the character's called. But anyway. Again, that superpowers. It's a comic book movie, isn't it? So it's all got cool stuff. And the best part of it is this fella. Again, I can't remember the character's name. It was some Nazi bloke. Can I say that on YouTube these days? I don't know. Some soldier during the war. And it was essentially a desiccated corpse brought back to life. And he was really, really good. Best character in the film. Great when he's on screen doing his stuff. Was she in The Fog? What the remake, which were absolutely garbage? It was terrible, the remake of The Fog. Anyway. But right, so this fellow were in it as well. Who's supposed to be the main character. I say again, I have no idea. Ron Perlman, Selma Blair, not him. I don't know. But he didn't come back for the second one. The 2005, The Fog. It was rubbish for the remake of The Fog. But anyway, there's Hellboy. Great film. Nearly made it into my top 5. I've got to be honest. I really like Hellboy. Next up, Passion of the Christ. I've got to be honest, I've only seen this once, but it made an impression, and I've never wanted to watch it again because it is. It's not a nice watch, although it is a brilliantly made film. I think Mel Gibson's a really good director. This is about Jesus's last days. I suppose everybody knows the Jim Caviezel as Jesus, and basically, about all the punishment he went through leading up to his crucifixion. I don't know why they call it the Passion. That's what they call it, don't they? All this torture that he went through. Anyway, whatever. And it is really good stuff. All about what he went through and being tempted by the devil to save. The devil tempted him to save him and all that, and obviously he won't have any of that. And he's really, really good. Well worth a watch, if only once. But anyway, it says here, we are doing 2004, are we? So you confused me, the 2005 there, Win Grace. I'm just saying, hang on, it says 2004 there. But yes, we're doing 2004 now. I guarantee the next episode, the 2005 episode, won't feature The Fog. Anyway, where were we? So there we go. So that's Passion of the Christ. Did this have Monica Bellucci in it? Hang on, let's have a look. I think it did, didn't it? Does it say? Did it? Yes, Monica Bellucci. Did she play Mary Magdalene? But anyway, there we go. Oh, and famously, we're all in Aramaic and Latin, wasn't it? Were all the languages in this. We're all subtitled. A bit like Apocalypto, another great Mel Gibson film. He likes doing his films in foreign, doesn't he? They're working on the sequel to this now. Yeah, I think I don't know if you're joking or have I seen it somewhere. I think I have seen that they're doing it. But will it be about his resurrection? I'm guessing it will, because I suppose this ended. I can't remember how this ended. Did it just end with the crucifixion, or did it show his resurrection? But anyway, we don't really know a huge amount about what happened after he died, do we? He came back and they saw him up and down. But anyway, yes, resurrection set for 2027. Has he not returned? Well, he looks different, doesn't he? They said after his resurrection, said people wouldn't recognize him by looking at him, just by his manner or whatever, because he looked different in his face. So obviously they've got another actor in. Anyway, right, moving on. Next up, Dawn of the Dead, the remake from Zack Snyder, written by James Gunn. And a really good one, a really good remake. To be honest, I think I like this better than the original. I'm one of those weird people that I'm not a huge fan of the original Dawn of the Dead. I do like it. I don't hate it or anything like that. The George Romero Dawn of the Dead, but I don't. I didn't think it was as good as everybody made it out to be. I'm more of a Day of the Dead person. I thought Day of the Dead were a masterpiece. I thought that was brilliant. But, and Land of the Dead I quite enjoyed as well. But Dawn of the Dead, I always felt it wasn't as good as the others, not even Night of the Living Dead. I always thought it was the lesser one of all Romero's of the Dead films. I even like Diary of the Dead and Survival of the Dead more than Dawn of the Dead. I don't know why. There was something about it that just rubbed me up the wrong way, maybe. But this is a really good remake. We have fast zombies in this. But although they do seem to slow down a bit as the film goes on. I don't know if they explain it. I can't remember. But are they fast to start with, and as they start decomposing, they slow down? I don't know. I had no idea who stars in it. I know it's got Ving Rhames. That's the only name I can remember. Let's have a look on the poster, see if it gives any clues. Sarah Polly, Ving Rhames, Jack Webber, and Mekhi Phifer. And of those names, the only one I know is Ving Rhames. Although I think Jake Webber I know. Is it the blonde, light-coloured haired fella? I think I've seen him in other stuff. Music by Tyler Bates. As I said, directed by Zack Snyder, written by James Gunn. So there we go, Dawn of the Dead. A good one. There we go. Next up, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Another one I've only seen once. But again, it made an impression on me. So I thought I'll include it. Because I really did like it, but I've never got around to watching it again. It is kind of sci-fi. Well, it's not kind of. It is sci-fi. Set in a world where you can have your memories erased. If something bad happens to you, you don't want to remember it. You can have your memory erased, so you just get on with your life, basically. And that's what happens with Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet and stuff like that. And, I won't go into the details, but, he's had his memory erased. And I think he ends up back with the woman who he had his memory erased about, or something. Something along those lines. Who directed this one? Was it a famous person? Michel Gondry, sorry. Yes, he's done some famous stuff, hasn't he? Not that I can remember. But who else is in it? Mark Ruffalo, Elijah Wood, and Tom Wilkinson. There we go, an all-star cast. Kirsten Dunst as well. I said an all-star cast. Yeah, it's worth a watch. If only once, like Passion of the Christ. And Adam Gamer's here. There it is. Saying good evening. Welcome, Adam Gamer. Nice to see you. We're up to the honourable mentions. We've done my top 5. I'll recap those at the end. Next up, Kill Bill Volume 2. For a while, I liked this more than the first one, but I think over time and re-watches, I think I've fallen in line with everybody else. I thought the first one, Kill Bill Volume 1, is the better film. But for some reason, I don't know why, I used to like this more than the first one. But they both are still good. The Bride, we find out a name in this. I won't spoil it in case you've not seen it. Played by I'm bloody hopeless tonight. I really am. Can't remember any name, and it doesn't say on the bloody poster. Anyway, Poison Ivy from Batman and Robin. What the bloody call? It's on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, never mind. Windgrace asks, have I seen the new Combine cut? No, I haven't. I haven't seen it. Is it out on streaming? I don't know. If it is, I'll seek it out and see if it's out on streaming. But no, I've not seen the Combine cut. Apparently, it's really good, isn't it? And it's worth watching. Again, apparently it adds to it, doesn't it? But yeah. Anyway, so she's still in search of Bill. So there we go. Because I could remember what the bloody called. No, it's not coming to me. And apparently, they're still talking about doing another one? Because I think when they made this, the plan was for one of the other characters' daughters to grow up and seek, revenge on the bride. And I think they're still talking about doing that. They said, we'll do it in 15 years' time. And it's 2004. Well, it's over bloody 20 years now, isn't it? So she would be well grown up, that kid. Wish I could remember her name. I could type it in, couldn't I? I could look for it. But I'm surprised Windgrace hasn't reminded me. Hey, Uma Thurman. I knew it was a three-letter name. I'm thinking like Eva. All these names are coming to me. Yeah, Uma Thurman. Hey, right. Glad I've remembered that. There was also a whole 12 movie story Tarantino directed in Fortnite last year. All right. Oh, 12-minute story. All right. There was also a whole 12-minute story. I said 12-minute story directed in Fortnite last year. All right. I've never played Fortnite. I've got as far as the menu on Fortnite. I just installed it on my PlayStation. And I didn't know what to do. I got to the menu and I had no idea what to press to get the game going. I was so confused and old. What can I say? Anyway, so there we go. There's Kill Bill Volume 2. Really good. Michael Madsen's in it as well. And who else? Who else is in it? Oh, I can look here. I've written it down here. Daryl Hannah, David Carradine, obviously. I'm trying to think who else. Is Julie Dreyfus in it? Because I think she gets her legs chopped off, doesn't she? Or at least one of them. But I think that was the end of the first one. Because some of them died in the first one, didn't they? Like Vivica Fox. Spoilers, and Lucy Liu, I think. But anyway. But the others get their comeuppance in this one. Winkler says it has like 1 billion different modes. You need to choose the one you want to play. That's probably why I was confused. I didn't know what to do. It was more confusing than choosing bloody life insurance. I remember a few years ago, I was looking for some life insurance. I got totally confused. I had no idea who to go for. I eventually chose something. Anyway, so there's Kill Bill Volume 2. Next up, Van Helsing. Having Hugh Jackman, Kate Beckinsale, and that fella from Lord of the Rings, David somebody or other. Let's have a look. And directed by Stephen Summers, whatever happened to him. David Wenham, there we go, from Lord of the Rings. Pardon me. And Richard Roxburgh's Dracula. Sorry, Dracula. And Kevin O'Connor as Igor. It's absolute rubbish, but great at the same time. Hey, Wingate says life insurance finds a way. Hire Jeff for those. I guess they shouldn't they? Anyway, so basically he plays Van Helsing, but not the Dracula Van Helsing. This is Gabriel Van Helsing, not Abraham Van Helsing. But I don't know why they changed the name. I don't know why. But anyway, we also get we've got Frankenstein in it as well. It's Stephen Summers' tribute. Again, because he'd done The Mummy and The Mummy Returns. So he wanted to do Dracula, the Wolfman, and the Mummy. Not the Mummy. Frankenstein's monster. So he bunged them all in one massive, monster mash of a film. And it's a bit of a mess, but it is a lot of fun. I hear that a lot. People acknowledge it's not a good film, but it's a fun film. So people cut it a lot of slack, I think, but recognise that it's not a good film. So there we go. He's got lots of gadgets. David Wenham is like his Q, even though he's like a monk. Although he don't call himself a monk, does he? He calls himself something else so he can have sex. Anyway, but not with Kate Beckinsale, even though everybody wants to, because she looks super fit in this. But anyway, so there we go. So that's Van Helsing from Stephen Summers. Good fun, but not great. Come on, the Dracula's brides are gorgeous. They're not on screen enough for me, but never mind. Frankenstein's monster I didn't like in this film. A lot of people liked Frankenstein's monster in this film. I didn't. Thought it was a bit over dramatic, but never mind. The werewolves look good though, even though they were CG. But anyway, next up, Shrek. Speaking of Shrek, Shrek 2. Where he goes to far, far away or whatever. And you know what? I generally can't remember why. But anyway, never mind. It is a lot of fun. We have Puss in Boots and Donkey, obviously. They've got to go far, far. They've got to go see her family or something, haven't they? But it's Michael Myers, not Michael Myers, Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy. I can't remember who does Puss in Boots. That's super famous. Is he Spanish or mate? I think he's Spanish actor, isn't he? It'll come to me. And Cameron Diaz as Fiona. I remembered that. Wingrace says it fills the niche well. Sexy leather-clad monster fighters with a goth style. Yes, it does. We're talking about Van Helsing, by the way, not Shrek 2. But yes, she's to go see her family for something, aren't they? I can't remember what. Is this where we learn that are they going to cure her or something? And she ends up, yes, Antonio Banderas. Thank you, Wingrace. But anyway, it is a lot of fun and funny and all that stuff. And again, Eddie Murphy steals the show as Donkey. I think he's married the dragon by this time, hasn't he? They've got kids. Anyway. Next up, The Day After Tomorrow from Roland Emmerich and Dean Devlin, I think. Dean Devlin in this one, is he? Actually, no, he ain't. No Dean Devlin. No Dean Devlin for this. Never mind. From Roland Emmerich, anyway. I really like this one. I really, really do. I think it's one of Roland Emmerich's better films. Whereas, he likes his disaster films, does Roland Emmerich, doesn't he? He thinks his bloody the king of the disaster films in the 70s. Would he do not Earthquake, Towering Inferno, and all them? Never mind. But anyway, yeah, it's where the climate changes drastically, and we get a ridiculous scene where they're running away from, I don't know, the cold. The cold's chasing them down this corridor. It is a bit stupid, but it is again a lot. I can't say a lot of fun, but it's a good watch with some great effects in it as the Earth starts freezing up. But yeah, a good flick. I think I forgot who stars in it. Dennis Quaid, that's the fellas. Dennis Quaid. Let's have a look. There we go. Jake Gyllenhaal, Ian Holm, and others. Yeah, well worth a watch. And I love the end scene where it kind of the Earth kind of sorts itself out. There's this huge storm that encompasses the whole world and freezes everything essentially. The storm dissipates, and there's some astronauts up on the International Space Station, and they say, "Oh, I've never seen the Earth so clear." And they look down and see the frozen Earth underneath them. It's really cool. Is this the last of these kind of movies? Well, no, because he did 2012, didn't he? After this. And then Moon, what they call that one? The Moon, Moonfall, all Roland Emmerich films. Anyway, right. Next up, Chronicles of Riddick, my favourite of the Riddick films. I wasn't a huge, massive fan of Pitch Black, the first one. A lot of people like that the most. I meant that was liked. Is this the least liked of these kind of? Is that what you mean? I don't know. I like The Day After Tomorrow. I think it's really good. Anyway, Chronicles of Riddick. I really like Chronicles of Riddick because it took Pitch Black and kind of just added to the lore weirdly in a way that made no sense whatsoever. I mean, Pitch Black was simple. It was about a spaceship that crashed on the planet, and the people that survived the crash had to survive against these monsters in this night because they came at night, these monsters, and they had to survive until the sun came up. Basically, it could have been on Earth, but it was, a science fiction thing. And Vin Diesel played a criminal who were, being transported on this ship, and he ended up being the one to save everybody, called Riddick. And in the sequel, they just infinitely expanded the universe in ways that made no real sense. And it turned out Riddick was known as a Furion, and there were armies, kind of supernatural armies just marauding across the universe, conquering planets and all that stuff. They couldn't get any bigger if they'd tried. But I still love it. I think it's amazing. Some great special effects and great action scenes and all that. And Riddick going up against these bad guys, the necromongers who are trying to find essentially the gates of hell. I suppose that's what they're trying to find. They don't call it. They call it the Underverse. But it is really, really good. I love Chronicles of Riddick. But for the third one that were just called Riddick, they kind of stepped back again, didn't they? And went back to the pitch black kind of formula. But I think they should have gone further. But yeah, Vin Diesel, Tandy Newton, back when she was just called Tandy Newton, Carl Urban, Colin Fiore, who now appears in Landman. He's in Landman. He's Colin. I'm probably mispronouncing it. Colin Fiore, and Judi Dench, who plays an elemental. So I'm doing that because she goes all elemental and wispy. So yeah, Chronicles of Riddick. Love that film. It is really good. I think I've done it in Magnificent Mondays. Might have done. Can't remember. If not, I should have done by now. Next up, Dodgeball. This is the one that spawned that meme. That it's a brave strategy. that meme. Let's see if it plays out. It brought that. Ben Stiller and Vince Vaughn. It also has they call him. Is it not Rip Torn? Is it Rip Torn? Is it the other one? Got similar names. I'll have to look that up now. As the trainer fella. What I'm looking up, Dodgeball. Dodgeball, a true underdog story. Cast. Yes, it is Rip Torn. Oh, crikey. And Missy Pyle's in it as well, who you may know from Galaxy Quest. Gary Cole as Cotton. There we go. It's a brave strategy, Cotton. And William Shatner's in it as well. See, it's been a while since I've seen this. It's been a while. Justin Long. I'm going to have to dig this one out. And Justin's here. Yeah. We're in the honourable mentions. But Dodgeball. Very, very funny. Probably couldn't make this today. I think Rip Torn. He's got Alan Tudyk as well, hasn't he? Yes, Steve the Pirate. Yes, Rip Torn drinks his own wee in this film. I like it because it's sterile and I like the taste, or whatever it says, something like that, I don't know. So there we go, Dodgeball. Well worth a watch. And speaking of comedies, Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy. Another really funny film. And this, again, this was another one that were close to make it into the top 5, but not quite. All-star cast. Will Ferrell, Steve Carell, Christina Applegate, etc. I can't remember. I'll have to look now. What else is in it? Paul Rudd, that's the fella. I know I was looking at him. I was thinking, I know his face. Paul Rudd. Ant-Man himself, David Koechner, and Fred Willard. Directed by Adam McKay. That name rings a bell. Did he do Dodgeball? Maybe, I don't know. No, he didn't. Anyway, so yeah, really funny. As I say, Will Ferrell plays Ron Burgundy. It was a San Diego anchorman, and he feels threatened, falls in love, but also feels threatened by Christina Applegate's character. And he's really, really funny. Really, 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 really funny. And the sequel's funny as well. I think the sequel may be as good as the first one. But anyway, I want to watch that again now. I want some laughs in my life. Next up, iRobot. I think we did this recently, didn't we, on Magnificent Mondays? Will Smith, based, kind of loosely based on the... hang on. Before we go into this, Wingray says, milk was a bad choice. Yes, in that phone booth. Justice says, both are good. Yes, both the Anchorman films are good. I killed a man with a trident. He was movie partners with Will. They made several of the big ones, Talladega Nights, etc. Oh, Adam McKay, right? Fair enough. No, I'd never seen Talladega Nights. The Legend of Bobby The Ballad of Bobby. What's it about? That NASCAR driver. I've never seen it. The Step Brothers as well. Another one I've not seen. I Robot. Where head for that? I don't know what you're trying to say, Justin. I'm sorry. Anyway, back to the list. I Robot. Will Smith. I really like it because it's an Alec Proyas. Alex or Alec? I'll look at the poster. An Alex Proyas film who had, for me, he had this spotless record of movies like Dark City and The Crow, which I'm not a huge fan of The Crow, but it was still a good film. Knowing, I love Knowing, and this, I love this, and then he did Gods of Egypt, which I should love because it's mental, but anyway, I don't. But anyway, I Robot, I do love Will Smith and Alan Tudyk again as the voice of Sonny. We also get James Cromwell. No, who else is in it? I can't remember. Bridget Monahan. I can't read it. Oh, Bruce Greenwood, Star Trek. So 2 Star Trek actors there. One from good Star Trek, one from not good Star Trek. But anyway, who did the music for this one? I can't remember. I can't read. The writing's too bloody rubbish. Don't know. Can't read it. Never mind. But yeah, loosely based on the Isaac Asimov story, and it is really good. And it's weird that robots are kind of starting to look like this now, aren't they? I don't know, but maybe we're not too far off from this future because this is set in like 2030 something, I think. So maybe by that year we will have robots like that. As I said, they're getting there, aren't they? Anyway, Wingrace says, I'm waiting for 2 gods to Egypt. I know. It was terrible. It looked nice, Gods of Egypt. It did look nice, but it was just not a good film. But the damsel in distress, the like the main character's love interest, she was well tasted. I'd gone through all those adventures to save her. But anyway, so there we go. So that's iRobot. Next up, I don't know how far in we are. As I said, there's lots of these. The Bourne Supremacy. I love all the Jason Bourne films, even the one that he wanted. Is it Bourne Legacy? But I can't remember which. Is this the second one? I think it is, isn't it? Is it Bourne Identity, Bourne Supremacy, and Bourne Conclusion? I can't remember. But yeah, Matt Damon returns as Jason Bourne. Yes, I think this is the second one. Is it if it's got Carl Urban in it? It's the second one. Yes, Carl Urban. There is. Where he's a former like an assassin, like a kind of a Manchurian Candidate kind of thing, I suppose. But he loses his memory and he doesn't remember. He's done bad things but he wants to be good, etc. And he ends up with is it Franca Potente in the first one? And spoilers, she gets bumped off at the beginning of this by Carl Urban, I think. So he's out for revenge, and it gets all complicated with the names of the different projects that he's connected with. I can't even remember them. It's like Treadmill or something. I can't remember. But then they have other ones as well. By the end of it, there's loads of them. All these different shadowy bad guys popping up. But anyway, Born on the 4th of July. Yeah, is that another one? With Tom Cruise as Jason Cruise. Anyway, Bourne Supremacy is really good. As I say, I like all of them. All well worth a look, in my opinion. Next up, Catwoman. Guilty pleasure for me. I really like this film. And I don't know why, because it is like Van Helsing. It's a terrible film, but for some reason I really like it. Maybe it's because it's Halle Berry and she looks gorgeous in this, but it is not a good film. But I do find it a lot of fun. I do find it fun. And Sharon Stone is a good baddie in it, and the basketball scene is awful. But basketball scenes tend not to do well in films, don't they? They had one in Daredevil as well, didn't they? With Elektra and Matt Murdock. But I think it was a basketball scene, wasn't it? I think. Was it? I'm probably misremembering. But anyway, I like Catwoman, but she doesn't play Selena Kyle. She plays somebody else, and I can't remember her name. I think it begins with P. But I can't. I'm going to have to look it up now. I'm going to look that up now. Catwoman film. Directed by Pitoff. Now then, where are we? Plot. Patience Phillips. Told you it began with P. Patience Phillips. They've got to have the alliteration, haven't they? The names. She becomes Catwoman. I don't know why she's not Selena Kyle. I suppose because the show Selena Kyle in this. Hang on. Oh, hang on. Go back again. Justin Van Helsing is a classic. Catwoman was okay. No, it's not a classic, but it's a lot of fun because it's made my list. So my POV as Catwoman over Project Hail Mary. No, what makes you say that? Yes, Patience Phillips. I forgot what I was saying now. I've genuinely forgot what I was saying. Oh, why Selena Kyle appears in the film. If only the Michelle Pfeiffer Selena Kyle in like a photo. She appears as a photo in the film. But anyway, I really like it. So we'll leave it there. Although costumes, well, a helmet thing's rubbish. The rest of it's fine for obvious reasons. But anyway, moving on. The Village, another one I've only seen once, but it made an impression from M. Night Shyamalan. Bryce Dallas Howard in this, isn't she? And who else? William Hurt. Can't remember who else. I'll look it up. See if I can remember who else is in it. Go on, scroll up to the top. The Village film. 2004 film. Who else is in it? Cast. Joaquin Phoenix, Adrian Brody, Sigourney Weaver, bloody hell. Brendan Gleeson, Judy Greer, Jesse Eisenberg is in it as well. Of course, M. Night Shyamalan does his bloody cameo because he thinks he's Alfred Hitchcock. But anyway, yeah. It's a good... See, Justin saying it's terrible. Great idea, but poorly executed. It's not terrible. I did enjoy it. And as I said, I'm a bit of an M. Night Shyamalan fan. But this is not his best film, obviously. But, and the twist, I think everybody kind of saw, they knew something were up. But the twist were okay. The Village is a good 45-minute Twilight Zone. I still really liked it. Yes, it's a Twilight Zone episode stretched out to movie length in it. But I'll not. If you're not seeing it, I'll not spoil the twist. But it's an M. Night Shyamalan film, so there's a twist ending. So there we go. And it's still worth a watch, despite what Justin says. I always think of one of the scary movie films that parodied it, because Bryce Dallas Howard plays a blind girl in it, doesn't she? Does she? I think she does, doesn't she? And they parodied it in one of the scary movie films to a hilarious degree, in my opinion, if a bit crude. So I always think of that rather than the film itself. You probably have fond memories of it, but anyway. Justin says, I like him also, but saw it at the theatre and was so let down. Oh, well, fair enough. If you paid money, I think I just saw it. I probably rented it on video or whatever. When it first came out, my opinion means nothing. It means more than mine, mate. My opinion means nothing. And then Justin says, Wingrace says, tell you, this is where he started getting too big for his britches. Made himself integrated into the plot way more than he should. Possibly so. I think he started liking the smell of his own farts, didn't he, M. Night Shyamalan? But anyway, moving on. especially with bloody Split. That really gets me mad. Split, a good film, but it didn't have to be, a sequel. I'm not said to what in case you've not seen it. They just tagged that bit on at the end. But anyway, never mind. Ooh, pardon me. Next up, Alien versus Predator. Another, I don't know, guilty pleasure. Is it bad enough to be a guilty pleasure? I don't think so. I think it's a good film. From Paul W.S. Anderson. Justin says, no, you have a channel. Me just comments. Yeah, but nobody watches me channel, do they? Apart from, Justin and Wingrace. Sometimes Adam Gamer. Maybe Gavin Blackburn every now and again. But that's about it. Justin says, AVP was okay. I liked it. So did I. I think it's a good film. It could have been, they could have done, I know, because they were going for the PG-13. I think out of all the, is it this one? Out of all the Alien films, this was the most profitable. Made the most money. But anyway. I think it's really good. And but I think they should have done like an X-rated, R-rated, whatever, cut. A grown-up cut, because they were going for the PG-13 audience, weren't they? It's probably why it made so much money. And I think it's good because it plays with Eric von Daniken, Chariots of the Gods sort of stuff, that the Predators came to Earth thousands of years ago and all that stuff. When Antarctica was ice-free, if you believe all that stuff. The Piri Reis map and all that. And brought aliens with them, xenomorphs. Did we ever have a proper name for the xenomorphs? We call these the Yautja, don't we? The predators. Did xenomorphs ever have a proper name? I don't know. Anyway, I'm sure somebody will tell me any minute. But yeah, I think it's really good. And who's in it? I can't remember who's in it. I know Lance Henriksen's in it. I can't bloody read the things. Sanna Lathan. Is that how you pronounce it? Or is it Sanna Lathan? Who's very easy on the eye. Lance Henriksen. Ewan Bremner. And a few other people that we don't know. But it is fun. And we see predators fighting aliens and aliens fighting predators and humans fighting both. And usually the humans come off second best. And this was the one, I think, where Lance Henriksen became the first person, maybe. No, not the first. Maybe to be killed by a Terminator, an alien, and a Predator. Or that Bill Paxton was the first. But anyway, it was one of the others. So there we go. Alien. I even like Alien versus Predator Requiem. I don't know why people go on about that. Everybody else says it's too dark, you can't see. I never felt that when I watched it. I always thought I quite liked it. Alien versus Predator Requiem. And that what I rated. Anywho, Wingrace says, is it going to come on? Hello, I've pressed it. There we go. It's been slow tonight, isn't it? StreamYards. Angry Berry has 1.8 million subs. I bet he has. I bet he got this secret channel and is rolling in that YouTube lucre. I have a few loyal nights. I do, and I'm very grateful for them. I genuinely am. Wingrace says Alien vs Predator versus Freddy versus Jason versus Halloween versus Lake Placid versus Anaconda, etc. Just says Freddy versus Jason is good. Loved it. It's really good. It's Freddy versus Jason. It's one of the best, in my opinion, of the Freddy and Jason films. It is a lot of fun. And Justin agrees with me. Requiem was good. Yes, I really like Requiem. So there to the naysayers. Anyway, moving on. Right, next up, Exorcist, The Beginning. Another one which got pilloried, but I quite enjoyed. Obviously, it's not as good as the other Exorcist films, although it's probably better than Exorcist 2. But I didn't hate Exorcist 2, I've got to be honest. I didn't think it was amazing, but I didn't hate it as much as other people did. And I didn't like Exorcist 3 as much as other people liked it, although I do like it. But you can't beat the first one. Anyway, this is a prequel to the Exorcist films, and it famously became 2 films. And Windgrace is still going. Versus Godzilla versus Kong. And Jet Jaguar wins. Jet Jaguar. Jet Jaguar. Dear. Where were we? Oh, right. Exorcist the beginning. A prequel about Father. I forgot his name now. Lancaster. Lancaster Marion. Is that his name? I think it's his name, isn't it? Who's played by Stellan Skarsgård in this film. So they're not getting. They didn't get Max von Sydow in to play a younger version of himself. They've got Stellan Skarsgård in to play Father Lancaster Marion, who would go on to be the Exorcist of The Exorcist. But it's about when he first encountered Pazuzu. It wasn't. I think it's Pazuzu. But anyway, first encountered a demon or whatever. And they said famously it were two films. It started off being directed by somebody else, can't remember who, and then they sacked him. So like when they filmed most of the film, a bit like Solo, a Star Wars story. They'd like done like 80% of the filming or something. Then they got sacked and got Ron Howard in, and he made a totally different film. That's what they did with this one. They sacked the original director, who I can't remember, and brought in Rennie Harlin of Die Hard 2 and other films fame. And I think he made a good film because he made it a bit more action-packed. Because the film that came after, I think 2005, Exorcist Dominion or Dominion the Exorcist or whatever, were released, which were the original director's vision for the film. And it is quite different. Some bits are obviously the same in it. Oh, excuse me. But they are, very different films. But both good in their own way. I did enjoy them both. We'll be doing. I imagine it'll appear in next year's list, 2005. But this is okay. Isabella Scorupco in this. She's a Bond girl, wasn't she? She was in GoldenEye, wasn't she? It is worth a look. A bit gruesome in places, but it's all right. And people. I think people didn't like that. Spoilers. The person who becomes possessed, obviously there's a possession in it, looks a bit, in my opinion, too much like Reagan McNeil in the first one, but they wanted to get that visual connection, I suppose. Exorcist Dominion don't do that. And the demon in that is supposed to be like beautiful, like an angel sort of thing. But anyway. Anywho, Justin says, The Exorcist came out on my birthday. That explains a lot, Justin, you evil man. It was okay from what I recall. This one, yes, I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. Next up, Resident Evil Apocalypse. This is my favourite of the Resident Evil films. I really like this one, and in my opinion, it's the one that's most like the games. But I really like it. The second one of the Paul W.S. Anderson series, even though he didn't direct them all. He did the first one, and then I think he came back for maybe the last couple. I can't remember. But who directed this one? I can't remember. Is that it? Alexander Witt? There we go. Don't know what else he's done. But anyway, what's her face? She's back. Mila Jovovich, she's back as Alice. But we also get Sienna Guillory, who looks well nice as Jill Valentine. Oded Fair comes in as Carlos. I don't know his last name. As the game characters, essentially. Thomas Kretschmann, Jared Harris, who plays... I forgot his bloody name now. One of the characters, again, another game from the character, and his daughter's in it as well. I can't remember her name either. But we also get the monster. I forgot the bloody monster's name that appears in it. But yeah, I really like it. I really like Resident Evil Apocalypse. We get lickers and stuff like that in it, like we did in the first one. But it's a bit more action-packed than the first one, and they're in the city. They're in Raccoon City. What they call the baddies? Tyrants. The tyrants in it. In this, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. Nemesis. Is it Nemesis or is it Tyrant? So no, the similar things, aren't they? Whatever. Is it the Nemesis Project? I don't know. I can't remember. Just a minute. I've missed loads of bloody comments here. Hang on, where are we? Wingray says, yeah, they started course corrections. What, in the Resident Evils? I genuinely can't remember. I genuinely can't. I don't think I've seen the last one. He says it's his favourite also. So there we go. Then gave up after this. They started course corrections with this one, getting more like the games, and then gave up. Pretty much. Although the next one, which I can't remember what it's called, it has Claire Redfield in it, doesn't it? That Earth of Landman and Final Destination. I forgot her name now. She's in that, isn't she? As Claire Redfield. But you still enjoy them all. Okie dokie. I don't think I've seen the last. I've not seen the last one, I know, for definite. It could be Ashford. I can't remember. It might be. It might be Ashford. Is it Nemesis? All right, fair enough. I couldn't remember if it was Tyrant or Nemesis. Yes, and it was the guy from the first one, the guy who she started to like. Yes, it was one. I can't remember his name. Because I think at the end of the first one, he started changing, didn't he? They were wheeling him away and something was starting to come out of him, wasn't it? And it's him, isn't it? Spoilers. But anyway. Winger says, we get more characters, but they go all apocalyptic and do their own thing, yes. But anyway, it's a lot of fun. I really liked it. Mostly for Sienna Guillory, I've got to admit, in that boob tube, or whatever they call them. But anyway, moving on. The Forgotten, which we covered recently on, I think, Friday Night Appointment with Fear. Yes, it was a Friday night, because it is kind of, it's not a horror film, but it's a bit of a chiller, an alien abduction thing. I've picked a good poster, haven't I? It's all in, is it German or something? Never mind. Julianne Moore, and who else is in it? Dominic West, Gary Sinise, Alfred Woodard, the lovely Alfred Woodard, Linus Roach, who is also in Chronicles of Riddick, and Anthony Edwards, directed by Joseph Rubin. Yeah, it's a good, let's say, science fiction alien abduction chiller where kids have been abducted by aliens but everybody's forgot about it. That's why it's called The Forgotten. But she remembers, and it all starts coming back, and she's on the case to look for her missing child, who everybody says is dead, but she don't think they are. Just as also a great soundtrack for that Resident Evil. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I imagine so. But anyway, so there we go. The Forgotten. Like I said, we did it quite recently. Well, within the last month or so. For Friday Night Appointment with Fear. And it is a good film. I really like it. Next. America. You know the rest. Team America World Police, from the makers of South Park, done in Thunderbirds stylish, sort of, with puppets and stuff. And it is hilarious. It is hilarious. If you haven't seen it, where have you been? Again, this was one that were close to make it into the top 5. Can't fault it. It is a really, really good film. I'll say very funny, very non-PC, with some great songs in it and some great, comedic moments. And it is very, very rude. There's even a puppet sex scene in it. But it doesn't pull its punches. Apparently, is it the creators? I forgot the names of the creators of South Park, but they. I think they thought it was a bad idea. When they were making it, they thought, we'll do this film with puppets. And it turned out to be so amazingly complicated. But anyway. But I think the makers of the puppets for this came back for Stargate SG-1 episode 200. I think they did the puppets for that episode, I think. But anyway. Ingrid says, have you seen their other movies? I couldn't tell you. I don't know. You'll have to tell me what their movies are, because I can't remember the names of the people that did South Park. I'd know them if I saw the names. I thought, yes, them. But you know what I'm like. So what other movies have they done before I move on? let's look it up. Hey, Team America World. I'll type that and then it'll come up with the Matt Stone. There we go. Trey Parker and Matt Stone. Right, okie dokie. I'll just look up Trey Parker then and see what other films he's done. Cannibal the Musical. I'm looking for films, or you're on about TV stuff. That's My Bush. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. So probably not. So no. They used the same puppets and reworked them. Daniel is Gary, only Teal'c and Jack were made new. Fair enough. Anyway, moving on. Next up, The Grudge. Hang on. Orgasmo and Basketball are the two big movies. No, I've never even heard of them. I've never even heard of them. They're that big. Never heard of them. Does it mention it here? Don't mention them on Wikipedia. Oh, there we go. Orgasmo. Where the hell is it? Where the hell is it? I can't find it. It shows it there, but it's not telling us anything about it for some weird reason. Anyway, no, I've never heard of them. So, no, I've not seen any of their other films. Oh, no. Basketball. Definitely never heard of it. Anyway. The Grudge, a great horror American remake of a great Japanese horror film. A great remake of J horror film, which was directed by the original director of that great J horror film. Although it does seem a bit, the American part does seem a bit shoehorned in, because you get all these Americans living in Japan for some reason, for the purposes of this story. But anyway, it is really good with some effective scares in it. Sarah Michelle Gellar is pretty good in this, to be honest. We've got Bill Pullman in it as well, in a brief role, but it does appear throughout the film. But spoilers, he dies early on. But we do see him like flashbacks and stuff. And like I say, it's this character, I forgot the name now. Samara, is it? Or is that from The Ring? I've forgotten. I've forgotten which it is. I'm going to have to look it up, aren't I? I get them mixed up. There's Samara and another one, isn't there? See if it says it. Because they did it's Sadako. Hang on. Which is it? The Sadako and Samara. Which is which? I think it's Sadako from The Grudge and Samara from The Ring. I could be wrong. Anyway, whatever. Whichever. She's here to get people. This is where she comes out of the telly. Is it? No, that's Ring, isn't it? I can't really remember. Is it? Yes. The Ring is where she comes out of the telly. The Grudge is basically if you go in this house, basically a haunted house. It's a Japanese haunted house story. And you get pulled into the story of the haunted house, and it's all time traveling, wibbly wobbly, and all that stuff. But it has some great sequences in it and some good deaths. And Ted Raimi's in it as well in this, and he pulls a great face when he sees somebody without a tongue. He like goes. Anyway, The Grudge is really good, and the other films in the American versions of The Grudge were good as well, as were the Japanese ones. I liked them all, and I like the Ring films as well. So there we go. Next up, speaking of horror and gore, not much blood, it's fine. I'm sure YouTube won't have a problem. It's Saw. I love the Saw films. Actually, we'll zoom in a bit, so we'll get rid of that. I love the Saw films, all of them. I think even Spiral I quite enjoyed. I think. I'm sure I've seen Spiral. That's the one with, I get mixed up. Chris Rock in it. But yeah, I love the Saw films. I like the story that they weave and all the lore that's in it and the connections between the films and all that stuff. And Justin says Saw was good. What an ending! Yes, won't spoil it, but yeah, it is really, really good. About like, can you call him a serial killer? I suppose for the purposes of the film, a serial killer called Jigsaw is capturing people, putting them in elaborate machines and traps and stuff, and they've got a chance to survive, but they've got to injure themselves in some horrible way to survive the trap. But they're all people that are not nice people. They've all done stuff that Jigsaw thinks they need punishing for. And yeah, and basically that's what the series, from the first to the last, that's what the series is all about. And it usually gets kind of convoluted at times, but it does work out. And usually the end is, but if you've seen them all, you think you know what's coming, because usually the end, because they're not essentially not really in chronological order. You might not be seeing something that's happening now. You might be seeing something that's happening ago, or two scenes may not be happening at the same time. That's what I'm trying to say, which is usually the case in the Saw films. But they are well worth a look. And I don't think I've got. Usually with films like this or series like this, I get the box set. I don't think I've got Saw on a box set yet. But anyway, Wingris says, I've seen Saw 2 to 6, never saw the first. Unbelievable. I think it was a James Wan film as well, wasn't it? Written by Lee Whannell, who's gone on to become a director in his own right, who kind of annoys me, Lee Whannell, because he did The Invisible Man. He's a good director. He did because he's done a couple of the Insidious films, which he also wrote. But he did The Invisible Man, which was a good film, but it wasn't about an invisible man. It was about a man with a suit that made him invisible. But never mind. And then he did that Wolfman film, which again was a good film. I enjoyed the film, but it wasn't about a wolf man. He didn't look like a wolf to me. He should have been called, like, I don't know, Skinwalker or something like that. He wasn't a werewolf. It was just a weird. He turned into a creature. But anyway, whatever. So there, because that's Saw anyway, and yeah, really good. And all of them are good in my opinion. I have a soft spot for the Saw films. Who stars in them? I'm blanking on names again. I've forgotten his name. Lee Whannell's in it, and Tobin Bell as Jigsaw. I can't remember the name of his character. So series. Yeah, Toby Bell, John Kramer, Carrie Elwes. That's what I'm thinking of. Is that how you pronounce it? Carrie Elwes is in it. Lee Whannell. And in the other films, I can't remember in the first one, but let's get a lot of big stars in it, like I said, like Danny Glover and Dina May and Donnie Wahlberg and all people like that. That's then later on we get Chris Rock. I get them mixed up. But anyway, yeah, really good films. Right, moving on. The Polar Express. A film. I usually watch it at Christmas, obviously, because it's a Christmas film. But I love it until we get to the end. Until we get to the North Pole, and then it kind of gets all, Nuremberg-y. But it is, I do really like it, and it is kind of spooky in places. From Robert Zemeckis, I think Tom Hanks plays just about everybody in the film. Not the voices, I don't think so. I think it does most of the voices for the adults, but I don't know about the kids. Maybe it does them as well. But I think he played everybody in the film because it's CG, so he does did all the motion capture, I think, for all the characters, I think. But it is a good film. It is a good film, and as I said, quite spooky in places, but not. I'd say it gets a bit, Nuremberg, like a rally once we get up to the North Pole. But anyway, Justy says Polar Express is underrated. Love it. It is good. Yes, I do enjoy it, which is why it's in my list, but only in the honourable mentions. Next up, National Treasure. Yay, Nicolas Cage. A good adventure. Excuse me. when he plays some sort of academic. He ends up on a they got to steal the what do they call it, the that thing that's super important to you Americans. Independence thing. Declaration of Independence, that's the word. God, I got to remember that. He's got to steal that, auntie, from Boston, where it is in Boston, something like that. He's got to steal that because it's a treasure map. And he's got to go find the... is it this one where it's to find the hidden treasure in... There's a treasure chamber in Mount Rushmore. Is that this one or is that the second one? I can't remember. But anyway, it's a lot of fun. Who else is in it? I can't remember. John Turteltaub, is that how you pronounce that? He directed. Did he do Terminator 3 or was that somebody else? I think that was somebody else, wasn't it? Anyway, Nicolas Cage, who else is in it? John Voight, Harvey Keitel, Diane Kruger again. She were in Troy, wasn't she? Sean Bean, he were in Troy and all. Christopher Plummer and Justin Barth. All those names, some of them I've never heard of. Jerry Bruckheimer production, which is why it's all action-packed. Who did the music for it? I'm trying to see who did the music for it, because I can't remember. Does it say? No, it doesn't say. I don't think it says it. Oh, the music supervisor, Bob Badami. Oh, music by Trevor Rabin. All right, fair enough, whatever. But yeah, a lot of fun is National Treasure, and the sequel is as well. I'm surprised they didn't do more, to be completely honest. But anyway, they did a series, didn't they? A TV show, which I've never seen, and they turned everybody into women or something. I don't know, but dear. Next, SpongeBob SquarePants the movie. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? They did the TV. Yes, they did the TV show. Hilarious film, in my opinion. I'm not a SpongeBob fan. I don't think I've ever seen an episode of the show. I'm aware of it, but I don't think I've ever sat and watched an episode of the show. But I've seen this film a few times, and it cracks me up. It genuinely does. He's hilarious. Yeah, SpongeBob's got to save his boss because he's been imprisoned for stealing the Sea King's crown or something. Anyway, he's got to go on an adventure to save what do they call him? Him that owns the Krusty Krab. I forgot his name. Is he called that? It might be. It's voiced by the Kurgan. Him. Clancy Brown. It's voiced by Clancy Brown. But anyway, let's have a look see if we can see any down here. Can't bloody read. It's too Clancy Brown there. But yeah, it is really, really funny. It's SpongeBob. I've not seen any of the other films. I don't know. I got there before you reminded me, but thank you. But anyway, so there we go. SpongeBob SquarePants, the movie. There is a sad bit in it where they dry out and become real. It is kind of weird and a bit creepy. But anyway. Next up, Alexander. I remember this coming out. Well, it came out the same year. I don't know if it was the same time period. That's November. I don't know when Troy came out. But they were out round about roughly the same time, Troy and Alexander. And there were comparisons made. But this is a Oliver Stone film, so it gets a bit weird than Alexander. But I still enjoyed it. And for some reason, all the Greeks had Irish accents because Colin Farrell, who can do other accents, but for some reason, they wanted him to have his Irish accent, so they made all the other Greek people have Irish accents, apart from his mother, played by Angelina Jolie. She put on some weird Transylvanian accent for some reason. I don't know, but but all-star cast. There was Colin Farrell, Angelina Jolie, Val Kilmer, who plays his dad, Jared Leto, Rosario Dawson. You see it all. You see everything with Rosario Dawson. Anthony Hopkins. He plays somebody. I can't remember who. One of his lieutenants. Ptolemy plays Ptolemy, doesn't he? Who ends up ruling Egypt. He says, good movie. It is a good movie. It is a good movie. Some great battle scenes in it. It's all about, obviously, Alexander the Great's campaign. From a young man. He basically conquered the world by the time he was 30. He was on his way to, he conquered, like, Greece and Asia Minor and North Africa and all that, and Babylon and all them areas. And he started moving into India, didn't he? And he was going to try and conquer India. But that all went wrong. And so he didn't. I think he die on his way back. I think he died on his way back to one of his Alexandrias. He kept, everywhere he conquered, he built a city called Alexandria. And anyway, but yeah, really a really good film. I don't get. Does it have is it this one that has a bit of a rushed ending? It feels like a bit incomplete. But anyway, I don't know. I might be thinking of something else. But it is worth a look. It is worth a look. And so there we go. Next up, I don't know how far we're in, how many we've got to go. Next up, Blade Trinity. I like this. A lot of people hate it, and it's obviously famously troubled production because for some reason Wesley Snipes didn't like the director. His name I can't remember, and I've picked for some reason a really low res poster. Not Braid. Can't even spell. Blade Trinity. Because the director of this would go on to do the series, wouldn't he? And I forgot his name. David Goyer, there we go. Would go on to create the Blade series, which starred on its Sticky Fingers or something. But it was actually really good. It was actually really good with the series. But Wesley Snipes didn't get on with him, did he? And I say, famously troubled, and he was difficult to work with, apparently. But I think the film turned out okay. And it's got Jessica Biel in it and Ryan Reynolds, Dominic Purcell as Dracula, but for some reason they call him Drake. Pardon me. Parker Posey as a vampire, hamming it up as a vampire, and Triple H from wrestling, just being Triple H, basically. Probably the most famous for having the vampire dog, vampire Pomeranian. But I really like it. I think it's a lot of fun. I really do. Chris Christopherson returns as Whistler. Yes, there we go. All right, look, film was followed by a television series, Blade the series, with Sticky Fingers. It's the only thing I know him from. But it was a good series. I enjoyed it. Justin says, does that mean I like Blade Trinity? But they made Dracula mid. Yeah, a bit weird, wasn't it? Dominic Purcell's not the best actor in the world, to be honest. He looks the part, I suppose, but he's kind of dead behind the eyes. He's playing a vampire, I suppose. Oh, there he goes. I liked Blade Trinity. But I don't know. They call him Drake either. I think they're trying to be cool, aren't they? But yeah, I do. I like Blade Trinity. I think it's unfairly maligned. And my favourite bit is where he catches the baby and goes coochie coo. It's my favourite bit. Anyway, next, Flight of the Phoenix. Dennis Quaid again. A remake of the old film from the 60s, I think the 60s, with James Stewart. So I could look that up now, haven't I? Got to look that up now, the original, which is good. Flight of the Phoenix, we got this from 2004. 1965, there we go. It's a remake of that one. Which starred, James Stewart, Richard Attenborough, Peter Finch, Hardy Kruger, Ernest Borgnine, Ian Bannon, Ronald Fraser, and George Kennedy, tell you. Directed by Robert Aldrich. Basically, the crash, were these, that's what it said during the war. I can't remember. Might not have been. But anyway, so this is a remake of that, where a plane crashes in the desert, and the survivors I've got to build another plane to fly them out, to safety, out of the wreckage of what's left of the plane that crashes. I think Sticky was in Flight of the Phoenix, was it? Oh, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Yes, he was. What a coincidence. It was like bloody 7 degrees, is it 6 degrees or 7 degrees or whatever of Kevin Bacon, this tonight's episode, isn't it? Anyway, this is the 2004 one, as I said, with Dennis Quaid, Miranda Otto of Lord of the Rings fame, Sticky Fingers, Tyrese Gibson, Giovanna Ribisi, Tony Curran, Hugh Laurie. I don't remember Hugh Laurie being in it. And Jared Padalecki, I remember him being in it. Plays a bit of a wimp, I think, in this film, Jared Padalecki, before his rise to stardom in Supernatural. I think Supernatural might have already started when this film came out. I think it might have done. It wasn't long. But yeah, it's a good film. It's a good film. And like I said, they've got to build this plane and get out of there. But obviously, there's arguments and fallings out and stuff like that. And yeah, spoilers, I think they end up being okay. I like the remake more. I honestly can't remember which I like the most. I've seen them both, but I can't remember which I think I probably did like the remake more. It probably, better effects and stuff like that. Who directed it? John Moore directed it, and I'm a bit of a John Moore fan. Another director is an Irishman, isn't he, John Moore? And he's got a reputation for directing bad films. But I've liked all his films I've seen of his, like this. And I liked his remake of The Omen, although it's not as good as the original. What else did he do? He did Max Payne, which I thought were okay. But I've never played the Max Payne game, so there we go. So that might be why. What else did he do? Oh, he did the Die Hard, didn't he? The last of the Die Hard films. Again, which I liked, but people hated. But yeah, and but if you watch the behind the scenes, I think on the Die Hard one, the behind the scenes of the Die Hard film, it shows how angry John Moore can get on set. He's a very shouty, sweary director. But anyway, I don't know what he's done since. Winger says 2005 was Supernatural. Oh, there we go. So we're probably on the verge of doing Supernatural when he appeared in this with Jared Padalecki. But anyway, so there we go. That's Flight of the Phoenix. How many more have we got to go? I have no idea. Next up, Creep, not the found footage film, not the found footage film called Creep, which is okay in itself. I don't know when that was made. This is kind of like a remake of Deathline, which were an early 70s British horror film, which makes you feel all queasy watching it. It's not a nice film. About people living in the tunnels of the London Underground, the London Metro. Do they call it the Tube, don't we? The London Underground rail system. And Franca Potente, again, as I said, all these connections in there. She were in the Born Supremacy, wasn't she? Gets essentially, kidnapped or whatever by this creature, man, whatever, mutant, whatever you want to call it, that's living in the underground. The old one from the 70s is famous for him. You hear it coming down the tunnels. Mind the door, mind the doors. And all that stuff. It's a bit like that. But it is good. And that's how she's got to survive. And obviously she does, because, woke. But yeah, it is a good film. It's Creep, and well worth a watch. And the old one, the Deathline one, is well worth a watch as well. But that's a bit more grimy and gritty. This is a bit polished, but still grimy and gritty in its own way. Next up, all right, we've nearly done now. We've nearly done. Because I remember these are the last ones. We've got two. They came out the same year. Ginger Snaps 2, and then later on the year, we've got Ginger Snaps back at the beginning. So there we go. Both good films, and in my opinion, I think both of these are better than the first one. I did the Friday Night Appointment with Fear recently, where I did the regular show, the live one, where I did Ginger Snaps, and then I did like a pre-recorded double bill of Ginger Snaps 2 and Ginger Snaps back. Hang on. Winger says, like Chud, not really. And about Creep, not really like Chud. Which one? I've only seen the first one, I must admit. I can't remember. I don't know how many Chud films there's been. Cannibalistic Humanoid Underground Dwellers from the 80s, wasn't it, that? The one called Bud the Chud or something, wasn't there? And I've only seen the first one, but no, it's not really like that. It's just people living in the London Underground and getting used to living underground, etc. It just says Chud scares me. But anyway, we're doing werewolves now. Ginger Snaps, the sequel to the original Ginger Snaps with Catherine Isabel and. Speaking of Supernatural, she was in Supernatural. I've forgotten the name. I'm going to have to look that up now, aren't I? Oh, dear. Not Ginger Snap, the bloody thing. Ginger Snaps film. There we go. What do they call her? Emily Perkins. There we go. Emily Perkins. Catherine Isabel and Emily Perkins as the two sisters. And if you remember, I don't mind showing her on this because she's not in it, the film, unless it's like in a flashback. But if you remember, she became the werewolf in the first film and got bit by a werewolf and so turned into a werewolf during the course of the film. It's really good. They're called Ginger Snaps because she was called Ginger. That was her name. I don't know if it were her actual name or a nickname, but they called her Ginger. Anyway, the second one, her sister, who's a bit younger, I think it's like a year younger or something like that, or nearly. She's in like some like a mental institution. Obviously, what happened in the first film obviously affected her. She ended up in a mental institution, and a werewolf appears, obviously, and she got to deal with it basically. And I think this is better than the first one. I'll not say who the werewolf is, but it's not her. I don't think she's in. I think she appears maybe as I think she appears as like in Emily Perkins's mind, talking to her and all that stuff. But anyway, sorry, it just says as a kid could not watch it. I mean, should. I've only seen it once back in the day. Supernatural was a good show. It was until the final season or whatever. That final episode was bloody awful. Rumors of a like a follow up or something, or a special get together or something, isn't there? Because Jensen Ackles, Jared Padalecki, and Misha Collins are all in The Boys, aren't they now? Apparently, but anyway, Ginger Snaps are good cookies. Yeah, they are. I like ginger snaps. What do we call them over here? Do we call them ginger snaps? Don't sound right. Ginger nuts. We call them ginger nuts. That's it. I don't know why, because they've not got nuts in it, as far as I know. But anyway, yes, the last episode was bloody awful. I hated that last episode. Anyway, so there we go. So the Ginger Snaps 2 Unleashed. That's it. So Ginger Snaps Unleashed is the sequel to the first film. Where she got to deal with another werewolf and her sister, I think, speaking to her in her mind or whatever, appearing. And then I think they filmed them, back to back, and so they were released the same year. Which is weird, isn't it? But anyway, Ginger Snaps back at the beginning, which is a prequel, sort of ish, where they're back again, Catherine Isabel and Emily Perkins playing sisters, but back in the early 1800s. I don't know if they're playing their ancestors. I don't know how that would work. But anyway, but it is a good film. It's a good film. Made on a really low budget, but with the low budget that they had, they did really well with what they had. It filmed out in somewhere in Canada at like an old fort, that with a stockade and all that, all made of wood in the middle of nowhere, and they get trapped, and there's werewolves that are around trying to get in, and it is really good and well worth a look, and possibly my favourite of the three. Maybe it looks the best, and but I think it's supposed to connect up again to the. But it doesn't make sense because in the original, she only became a werewolf because I think in this one they kind of suggest that they have the werewolf gene in them, and that she didn't become a werewolf because she got bit in the first film. She were always a werewolf or something. I don't know, but whatever. Excuse me. So yes, so Ginger Snaps back. There we go. And there we go. So that's the last of my honourable mentions. Crikey. Anyway, where were we? The one girl was in Freddy versus Jason, I think. Yes, Catherine Isabel was in Freddy versus Jason. Yes, she was. And she's been in lots of stuff, to be honest. She was in. What was she in now? Something I saw recently. And I said, I don't remember seeing her in that. What was it now? I've forgotten. What have I watched recently? We've done it in a show recently, and I can't remember which one it was. And I was like, oh, it was... I'm blanking. Why am I blanking? I said, 30 Days of Night, the sequel to 30 Days of Night. 30 Days of Night, Dark Days. She's in that, and I didn't realise it was her. She's not in it for very long. Yes, the last episode was bad. Yes, said that, didn't we? What else? Justin says, your cookie culture is strange. Biscuits. Yes, we have cookies, obviously, but usually that chocolate chip cookies are what we call cookies. And then we have biscuits, which are other sorts of what you would call cookies, but we call them biscuits. So you have things like digestive biscuits, rich tea biscuits, bourbon biscuits, Garibaldi biscuits, custard cream biscuits. I know a lot about biscuits. What else? Malted milk biscuits. What else? Oh, there's many sorts of biscuits. But then you have, some people say, what is stuff like a Jaffa cake a biscuit? But obviously it's not, because it's called a cake, etc. But whatever. Anyway, and what you call biscuits, I'm not really sure. I think they're more like scones. But over here, scones or scones are usually kind of sweet, and we have them, like with cherry scones or currant scones. But you have them with gravy, which isn't gravy. Over here, gravy is like brown, like a meat stock, and brown. You pour it on meat. But for you, it's got like, I don't know, it's white in it with chicken and stuff in it. I don't really understand. But anyway, what do you call our biscuits? Like for biscuits, like I've just said, yes, scone. We call them like scones or scones. There's an argument about the pronunciation, but yeah. Or maybe dumplings. Sometimes dumplings, I think, are simple. If you do like dumplings in the oven so that they're crispy, they can be like your biscuits as well. It's sausage gravy. There you go. We have brown gravy as well. So you should call it something else. Anyway, right. So now that's over with, talking about multiculturalism in biscuits and gravy. Dear. I've never seen it over here, by the way, biscuits and gravy. I've seen it on internet and on films and stuff, and it looks really nice, and I don't know where to get it. I've never seen it over here. I'm sure it is available somewhere, American-style biscuits and gravy, but I've never seen it. And it looks really nice, and I want to try it. I'll have to look on, I don't know, Amazon or somewhere, see if there's anywhere that sells it. They can just warm up in the microwave or whatever, on the oven. Or the air fryer. Anyway, where were we? So I'll do a quick recap. We'll do the honourable mentions, and then we'll do the top 5. And then we'll call it quits, because for some reason we've been here forever. I would love biscuits and gravy. I hope so, because it looks really nice. I've never had peanut butter and jelly sandwiches either. So we don't really have jelly either. We have jelly, but what we call jelly is you have it with, I don't know, custard or in a trifle, which is what we call jelly, with like sponge in it, and then you have custard and then cream and then sprinkles on and stuff. But I think what you call jelly, we might call jam, which is like, raspberry, strawberry jam. But anyway, whatever. Never had peanut butter and jelly / jam sandwiches. Anyway, so honourable mentions. Ginger Snaps back at the beginning. Ginger Snaps Unleashed. Both good films. Creep, a good kind of remake of Deathline, but different. I can't remember if it's gory or not. It's been a while since I've seen it, I've got to be honest. Flight of the Phoenix, another remake with Dennis Quaid, and it's pretty good. From John Moore. I wish he'd do more films. I haven't looked. Let's go back to that again. I want to see if John Moore's got anything in the pipeline. If he's still working. John Moore. I'm a bit of a John Moore fan. Where is he? Director. John Moore. Irish film director. What's he done? Career. Now then. Moore was also considered to direct X-Men Last Stand as well as Friday the 13th, the remake from 2009. Not remake, reboot, whatever. No, I think he's just stopped doing stuff, or his career's just ground to a halt. I don't know. The last film, according to Wikipedia, he directed was IT, which I've never heard of. Oh, it's Pierce Brosnan. There we go. I bet that's good. I'm gonna search that out to see if it's on Amazon. Pierce Brosnan, Anna Friel, Michael Nyqvist. Was that him from the original Girl with the Dragon Tattoo? No, the original TV version. I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, he hadn't done that was 2016. He hasn't done anything since, so he hasn't done anything for 10 years. Anyway, where were we? Right. I've missed all stuff out about Justin's allergic to peanuts. Well, that's a bloody thing, isn't it? I don't know. I love peanut butter. I really do. I can either... My son used to eat it with a spoon out of the jar. And I could do that with a spoonful, but he used to eat a lot of it. But I love a peanut butter sandwich, just by itself, peanut butter sandwich, on a big, thick slice of bread. Love it. Peanut butter and jam, yes. We call your jelly Jello, yes. We have jam, jelly, and marmalade. Yes, we have marmalade as well. I've never liked... I like the look of marmalade. I mean, I like other jams, because marmalade is essentially just orange jam, isn't it? And it's something I want to like, but I don't, and it annoys me, because I like the look of it. Because it's just orange. I like oranges. Why don't I like orange marmalade? I don't get it. You can also get lime marmalade as well, can't you? Which I probably definitely know I wouldn't like. But anyway, apple butter. I don't know if you're lying now. Is that a genuine thing? I've never heard of apple butter. Sounds awful. Anyway, I forgot where we were now. Oh, I like the Phoenix. So with that one. Then Blade Trinity from David Goyer. Unfairly maligned, in my opinion. Then Alexander from Oliver Stone, great film where you see all of Rosario Dawson's wares. SpongeBob SquarePants, hilarious. Ah, the sea, so dark, so mysterious, so wet. National Treasure, great film. Hang on. Well, we do have mint jelly for lamb. Yes, we do. Well, mint sauce. We have mint sauce and mint jelly as well, I suppose. Apple butter is amazing, says Win Grace. Yes, apple butter is real. Okie dokie. Sounds awful. But anyway, I don't know. Is it like for spreading, on bread? Like peanut butter? Or is it something that you have with, I don't know, pork or something? Because we have pork and apple over here. Apple sauce. Is it that sort of thing? I don't know. Big Pennsylvania Dutch thing. All right. Okie dokie. Anyway, National Treasure. There we go. Lot of fun, and its sequel is as well. And they've got, as was mentioned, a TV series came out of it, but I've never seen it. Apparently, it was rubbish and it got cancelled pretty quickly, I think, didn't it? Because Nicolas Cage wasn't in it, was he? I don't think, and they just made everybody women, apparently. But anyway. Polar Express, a fun flick. I like it, apart from the, slightly, what's the word I'm looking for? Totalitarian ending. But anyway, Saw, great start to a great series. The Grudge, again, a fun series of films. Both the Japanese and American ones, I've liked them both. Team America World Police, hilarious, almost made the top 5. I want to watch it now. The Forgotten, Julianne Moore, great sci-fi chiller about alien abduction and stuff. Resident Evil Apocalypse, my favourite of the Resident Evil films. I think it's a lot of fun and the one most like the games, in my opinion. Hang on. You've never had real maple syrup either. I can say maple syrup either. I don't think I have. No, I've not liked pancakes with maple syrup on. I don't think I have anyway. Not deliberately. You can put it on things. Yes, we have pork chops and applesauce. Yes. Anyway, a lot of times in Britain, you know, because I know Americans like their food and like to talk about their food and you know, explore different things of food. But a lot of times in Britain, we just like to make do with what we've got. So we just have like, you know, fish and chips and stuff, you know, simple stuff. But that doesn't mean it's not nice. Anyway, next up, Exorcist, The Beginning. That's a pretty good film. And the other one that sprang out of it, or this sprang out of the one that became Dominion, The Exorcist, is a good film. And, you know, it's okay. Not as good as, obviously, the original. Better than Exorcist 2. In my opinion, it's better than Exorcist 3, because I've always thought Exorcist 3 were a bit overrated. But anyway, but never mind. But I still do like it, but not as much as everybody else. Anyway, Alien vs. Predator, a fun film. Should have been gorier, but never mind. You know, again, unfairly maligned, but yet it made a ton of money at the box office. And I think it is the highest grossing of the Alien and Predator films. The Village, Justin hates this film, but I think it's all right. Ergo, it's on the list. But, you know, as I said, it is a good film, but I agree with Justin in a way that it was a bit disappointing when the ending happens, and you're like, oh. It's a bit Scooby-Doo, innit? It's a bit Scooby-Doo. Anyway, Catwoman, guilty pleasure, genuine guilty pleasure. Probably because Halle Berry is amazing. Next up, Bourne Supremacy. I like all the Bourne films. Matt Damon is really good, and even the one that is not in it with Jeremy Renner, Bourne Legacy, is still a good film. I like all of them. So there. Justin says you have curry all the time. I've been recently. I made my own curry the other day. So that did me for like 2 days worth of meals. And then I had curry again today, but out of a tin. So I'm not sat on the toilet all the time. It was just so unrealistic, that ending of The Village. Yeah. Yeah, a bit much. But I still enjoyed the film. But the ending were a bit disappointing. As I say, a bit Scooby-Doo. Next up, iRobot, Will Smith got to solve a murder. Did this robot murder James Cromwell? And a good film from Alex Proyas. Whatever happened to him? There's another one like John Moore, Alex Proyas, great film director who doesn't seem to do much recently. I'm guessing he must be in director jail because, let's say, Gods of Egypt bombed so badly, didn't it? So, give him another chance. He's a good director. Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy, hilarious. Good evening, good night, San Diego. He'll read anything that's on the auto cue. And we all know that San Diego is German for that. Dodgeball. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pans out. That's what everybody knows about this film. But as I said, I remember Steve the Pirate and Rip Torn drinking his own urine. Chronicles of Riddick, my favourite of the Riddick films. It's the most, elaborate and, expansive. It's got, galaxy-spanning war and destruction and armies, and there's then the poster look, and all this various different planets. It is good stuff, and I think they're still thinking about doing another one. Vin Diesel wants to, because that's how he loves going back and being Riddick again. But anyway, so there we go. Day After Tomorrow from Roland Emmerich. Dennis Quaid again. He appears a few times, doesn't he, in this list? Basically, apocalyptic world end, not world ending, but the Earth undergoes a big change, but we survive. But a lot of people don't. And it is a good film. I do enjoy it. Shrek 2, they all gang are back with hilarious results. So there we go. Van Helsing, just his favourite film of all time. I do like it. It is fun. It is fun to watch. It's a turn your brain off thing into get some popcorn. By the way, I'm going through a popcorn phase. I bought a big, massive bag of popcorn yesterday, and I've eaten it all already. I love popcorn, sweet and salted. I'm really into it. Maybe I'm pregnant. I don't know, but I'm getting cravings for popcorn. Anyway, so there we go. Van Helsing, Hugh Jackman and Kate Beckinsale, and others. Didn't like Frankenstein in it, but never mind. I thought we were going to burst. I thought we were going to start singing. And then when I watched the film, I was thinking it's going to burst into song. Anyway. Kill Bill Volume 2, the sequel to Kill Bill Volume 1. We'll have to see if the whole story, whatever it's called, is on streaming, because I've not seen that. There we go. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Jim Carrey, Kate Winslet, and loads of other stars. I've only seen it once, but it made an impression, and it is worth a watch. A sci-fi love story, romance, but worth a watch. Dawn of the Dead, better than the original, in my opinion. Just said Van Helsing was fun. Kill Bill 2, terrible. See, we don't agree on everything, me and Justin. As I said, I think it was before Justin arrived, maybe. For a while, I liked Kill Bill 2 better than Kill Bill 1. But that's changed now. Rewatching them, I think Kill Bill 1 is the better film. I don't know why I like Kill Bill 2 more. I think it was maybe the Michael Madsen parts in it. I really like the Michael Madsen part in Kill Bill Volume 2. I think that elevated the rest of the film. The end of the film was terrible, Kill Bill 2. But the bits with Michael Madsen in, and I've got a name now, Daryl Hannah, were really good. Dawn of the Dead was good, even the special features story. I don't know if I've seen that. I think I've got it on DVD somewhere. I must have. So I might have seen it. But yeah, it is a good film. Like I said, I like it better than the original. And as I said, I do like the original from George Romero, but it's not my favourite of his of the Dead films. For some reason, I do like it, but I think the zombies don't look good in it. So there we go. I genuinely don't. Day of the Dead, that is another matter. Day of the Dead was a masterpiece, a zombie masterpiece in my opinion, but with Tom Savini at his height. But anyway, that's by the by. Next up, Passion of the Christ. Mel Gibson directs Jim Caviezel, how you pronounce it, as Jesus in his last days. A traumatic film to watch, very gruesome. It is a horror film. It is a horror film, even though it's a religious epic, I suppose you could say. Then Hellboy, Ron Perlman, John Hurt, Selma Blair, who's just like a lump of plastic in the film. I don't know what the hell she is. She might as well not even be in it. And Doug Jones as I forgot what his name now. As him. He played him. He didn't do the voice for him though, did he? Did he do the voice for him in the sequel in Hellboy 2? I think he did, didn't he? Did Doug Jones? But anyway, hang on, where are we? Justin says, yes, the ending of Kill Bill 2 ruined the movie for me. Didn't Zack Snyder do the remake of Dawn of the Dead? Yes, he did. What are you on about? Passion Makes Me Cry. Hellboy good. Yeah. Yes, David Hyde Pierce did the voice, yes, of Abe Sapien. There we go, Abe Sapien. And yes, all right, Doug did too. There we go. Because I think David Hyde Pierce said Doug Jones should have done the voice in the first one, didn't he? Whatever. But anyway, love Hellboy and Hellboy 2. And then Troy with Brad Pitt as Achilles, Orlando Bloom as Paris, Eric Bana as Hector as they battle for Troy in the olden days. Great film, one of my favourite historical epics. It's got the horse and everything, and it is great stuff. Tries to steer away slightly from the fantastical elements. It is, I think, maybe in the extended version where Achilles goes to see his mother, who's played by super famous actress. Never mind. She was in Don't Look Now. What the hell are they called now? I can't remember. Anyway, goes to say, and it's kind of suggested that she's a goddess, so that makes him a demigod, but it doesn't really say, But Troy's good. I really like Troy. One of my favourite historical epics. Oh, there we go. That's the end of me honourable mentions. Right, so I'll just get rid of that a minute. And we'll do my top 5 now. This my top 5 films. My top 5 films of 2005. We'll do it in reverse order. It's not really, it kind of is in reverse order because the last one is my favourite film of that year. So anyway, here we go. So at number 5, The Incredibles from Pixar and Brad Bird with Craig T. Nelson and Holly Hunter with a weird voice as Elastigirl. Some people think it's the greatest superhero movie ever made. I won't argue. It is a lot of fun. I did enjoy the sequel, but it's not as good. And it's not John Lithgow as the baddie, as I thought. For some reason, I thought it was. I don't know why. But anyway. And Samuel L. Jackson as Frozone. Yeah, great film. Lot of fun. Going the wrong way. Is it work? Why are you not working? Oh, never mind. Spider-Man 2 at number 4 with Tobey Maguire, Kirsten Dunst, Alfred Molina, etc. And there he is. You can see him look as Doc Ock in the best of the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy. Although I do like them all. I love Spider-Man 3. I think that's another unfairly maligned film. Is the third one. But yeah, this is good. And little nod to another channel that I'm a big fan of. I've mentioned them before. Hack the Movies on the review films and stuff. And on their channel, they've got like a big. They've reviewed all the Spider-Man films, and they've got a big compilation video. I think it was on for like 8 hours or something like that. And they often put that on at night. So I'm one of his top viewers apparently now because of this. Most nights I'll put this big spider. They've got Spider-Man, Lord of the Rings, and other stuff. Alien, the Alien films. It's put together these big compilations of all the reviews that they've done, and I'll go to sleep listening to them. So go and subscribe to Hack the Movies, and it is a lot of fun. Anyway, where were we? Justin says Spider-Man 2 is great. Wingray says, what have I said? I don't know what I've said. 3 was okay. It just had too much going on. I really like it. I do. I suppose, it did. It didn't need... It didn't... well, I don't know. Did we need Sandman in it? I mean, Venom. Venom wasn't in it enough, was it? Whatever. But anyway, I think for part of the film, they forgot about it, didn't they? Anyway, I still enjoy it. Spider-Man 3 has its good moments, but ultimately it's yuck. Or is that what you're saying you for? Right, fair enough. Fair enough, but I really like Spider-Man 3, so there. Anyways, that's Spider-Man 2. Really, really good. The best of the Sam Raimi. In fact, the best of all the Spider-Man films, to be completely honest. Then at number, what was that one? That was this 3 then? I've forgotten. Whatever. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. They're getting older now. They're not little kids anymore. And I said, this is the most like a horror film from Alfonso Cuarón. Did he do The Orphanage? Let me check. Which is a good Spanish horror film. Come on, scroll. There you go. Alfonso. Probably mispronouncing it. Oh no, I did it right. Oh, he's Mexican. Where are we? Filmography. No, he didn't do The Orphanage. We did Children of Men and Gravity. We did those after this. All right. Who did The Orphanage then? Some other foreigner. Anyway. Wingrace says, I'd rather they get rid of Venom and go all Sandman, like Sam wanted. All right. I'm kind of the opposite. I want more Venom. But that's I don't know, because it's an alien, and that's, it for me. Just says, Harry Potter series, I wanted to like it, but I just couldn't get into it. I love the Harry Potter films. I really, really do. I've got the first 5 books, I think. Never read them. Never read. Like with Lord of the Rings. Got those. Never read them. Never got round to it. I'm terrible. Bruce Campbell Mysterio. Oh, Mysterio. Because in the next one, I think, because there's supposed to be another after Spider-Man 3, wasn't there? But for some reason, they never did it. For some reason, I don't know why. Because Spider-Man 3 were the most profitable of all Sam Raimi's Spider-Man films. It made the most money. But yet they stopped the series there, didn't they? They were going to do another. And there's concept art, isn't there, of Bruce Campbell's character, his recurring character, played different people in those 3 films, being unveiled as Mysterio, wasn't he? But anyway, it turned out to be Jake Gyllenhaal, didn't he, Mysterio? But never mind. Winger says, books are better than the movies after the first one. That's what I've heard, because obviously there's more in the books, isn't there? But I started reading the first one and, couldn't get into it, so never bothered. Same with Lord of the Rings. I find Tolkien's prose a bit hard to get into, a bit tiring. But anyway, I'm a lazy reader. Justy says, yeah, my brothers love the books. I'm not going around to it. But anyway, I love the films, and Prisoner of Azkaban is my favourite because it's got horror elements, werewolves and the Dementors and all that stuff, and time travel and all that's really good. And then next up, number 2, Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow. Love that film, one of my favourites of all time. It's got everything. It's it's great stuff. It's got big robots and flying machines and rockets and monsters and he says, I love it. I love Sky Captain. It's great. And at number 1 is Shaun of the Dead, the greatest comedy horror film of all time, without question. Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, directed by Edgar Wright. As I said, the spin-off, I suppose it's a spin-off, or inspired by their series Spaced, which is amazing as well. And I want to watch that again now. So I'm going to look for that because Spaced is hilarious. But anyway. Wingrace says, I listen to lots of Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter audio. I've never got into audio books. Never got into them. Maybe I should try that with Lord of the Rings. Have somebody read it to me rather than just sit and read it. I hate it when the people will say, I've read that book, and then they say, I've listened to the audio book. So, you've not read it then, have you? Somebody just read it to you like a child. Anyway. Justy says, Lord of the Rings, loved the books and 3 movies. Yes, the movies, the greatest trilogy of all time, the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Without question, Lord of the Rings. It says, love Sky Captain, so do I. It's amazing. Shaun of the Dead, love it. There's a part that makes me cry. All I think I'm trying to think now. Can't remember. Is it the bit with his mother? Maybe it may be that bit. I don't know. I have a stepdad, and we didn't always get along, but we're good now. Well, good. Glad to hear it. All my parents have passed away. Real parents and step parents. I am alone. I'm an orphan, but I'm very old. But anyway. Wink says, well, I actually read them first, then listened to revisit. Okie dokie. Fifth greatest trilogy. What do you think? The fifth Lord of the Rings is the fifth greatest trilogy, right? What's the top four then? Star Wars original trilogy, Back to the Future. What else we got? Harry Potter. Indiana Jones. Well, I can't think of any others trilogies off the top of my head. That are trilogies, not like just the first three films in a series. I don't know, but anyway. Justin says, when the stepdad died, and Sean missed him. Oh, right. I can't remember actually what happened with Philip. Can't remember. I thought they just locked him in a car, ran off. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen it now. Star Trek 2 to 4, says Win Grace. Star Trek the motion picture is great. It's a special film because it has an overture. That is the part that makes me cry. I can't remember. I can't remember what happens to Philip. No, but they keep talking about him killing Philip, don't they? Got to go to Mum's, kill Phil. Sorry, but I can't remember the actual doing of it. Because I thought they shut him in the car and ran off. I thought, but I can't remember. Anyway, never mind. I get a bit emotional. I think later on when his mum turns into a zombie and he's got to, she knows she's turned into a zombie and all that. But anyway. But yes, and Justin is right. That is a trilogy. 2 to 4 is a trilogy. You could add 5 maybe as well, because it does follow on, but sort of follows on, but then does its own separate story, doesn't it? I remember. Meant cry, not kiss. Where you said kiss? Have I missed a chat? Don't know. It hasn't showed up here. Maybe it's in here somewhere. Maybe it's been held back. I can't see anything. No, there's nothing that hasn't been withheld. Anyway, whatever. Anyway, so there we go. Anyway, so there was Shaun of the Dead is my number one film. That top 5 were essentially in order. I think we could call that in order. My top 5 films of 2004, with Shaun of the Dead being the number one film because it is amazing. I've seen it loads of times. Why can't I remember what happens with Philip? Anyway, I don't know. But yeah, great film. I want to watch it again. And Spaced. But not Hot Fuzz or World's End. Although I do like those 2 films of the Cornetto trilogy. Oh, that's only a loose trilogy, isn't it? Shaun of the Dead is the masterpiece. They've never beaten that, have they? To be honest. I made the kiss face instead of cry after I said remember. Oh, right. Oh, it's just a colon star. It's just showing up as a colon and a star. Is that a kiss? Right, fair enough. It didn't show up as the emoji. That's why I didn't recognise it. I'm not up on the emoji, what they call it, emoticon symbols. Anyway, right. So we're all done and dusted for another. Whenever I get round to doing the next one. Hang on, where are we? Right. So let me get rid of this. So 2005 next. Why have I pressed that? I bet it comes on because I don't want it to. God, I'm an idiot. was clicking on the wrong icons recently or lately. I'm sure I'm losing me marbles. Anyway, where were we? And Sean said, "Stop the car," and said, "Mom, Dad's dead." Oh, that bit. Yeah. I know what you mean. Yes. But still, they do just leave him in the car, and he's saying like, "He's not the man you used to know." And then he turns off the loud music, doesn't he? Just Philip in the car. Anyway. I forgot what we're doing now. Oh, I see. 2005, won't we? What's in 2005? How many honourable mentions have we got in 2005? Let's have a count. I thought I'd done this bit. There we go. 29 honourable mentions. So what we've got coming up for next time? Got a horror film. Got a bit of sci-fi, some comic book stuff. All that, more horror, fantasy, etc. Loads of action and all that. A Michael Bay film is in it, which nearly made me top 5. And I'm not a Michael Bay fan. It does my bloody head in. But anyway, so there we go. That's in 2005. Whenever I get round to that in the next month or so, probably. He was happy to shut it off. Yes, but I forgot the name of Nick Frost character now. Ed. But the Ed's music. Ed is love the film and love Nick Frost, but Ed as a character is bloody infuriating, isn't it? It genuinely is. Does my head in. But anyway. Cornetto. Oh dear. Anyway, right, so we're all done and dusted for another week or another time. I love the 2005 Michael Bay film too. I looked it up. Looked it up to see what it is. If that were the only film he had that year, it probably was. I don't know. I won't pay much attention. But yeah, I like my favourite Michael Bay film from 2005. Anyway, right. So we're all done. We'll leave it there. So thanks, Justin and Wingrace and Adam Gamer, who popped in earlier on. Did anybody else pop in? I don't think they did they? Anybody said out on Rumble? No, never. Nobody ever says out on Rumble. No comments either. Hey, right. So we'll leave it there. So thanks for watching. What's coming up next, by the way? I usually say what's coming up next, don't I? To stop this being evergreen. It doesn't really matter, does it? On Friday, for Friday Night Appointment with Thea, where is it? It's the 45th anniversary. I've got to cover one up. There we go. Of Graduation Day, which I've just got on DVD. It came with Graduation Day is actually a trauma film, which I didn't know till today. And it came with in the box with another film called A Nymphoid Barbarian in Dinosaur Hell, which obviously I've never heard of and never seen, but another trauma film. But Graduation Day on Friday for Friday Night Point. If you're a Patreon member, you can. I did a watch party, which is up on Patreon now. You can just listen to me watching the film. Dear. So there we go. So that's that. And then next Monday is May the 4th be with you. So we're doing Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, which controversially is my favourite of the prequel trilogy. I really like Attack of the Clones. So there. Right. So we'll leave it there. So thanks for watching. Wherever you are, look after each other. Hang on, get sorted. Look after each other. And until next time, I'll say there.
That old Yorkshire Geek with stories